Warning number 1. This is not the best video I have made on my channel, as I tend to repeat myself a lot sometimes in the video. Along with that, I mostly show gameplay of Sonic CD with some images and parts of the video. Just know I did my entire best to make this happen, and it was a pain to do. Warning number 2. This video was definitely not made for a younger audience on my channel, as it contains swearing, a bit of touchy content, and some cringy and just utter garbage moments. The video is made to shine a light on this video, and it is a way to show people my reaction and the real story behind this video. Please proceed with caution. Hello, this is GWR and PRR Productions 2008 here, and today I figured I'd make a video about a certain video I want to bring up today. The video in question is made by the Blue Puffball, who is already a controversial person for trying to bring politics into the community. Which, we're not going to bring that up, but we are going to bring up the video he once made about Hayden, the Red Engine, about this supposed documentary about it, which is really god-awful, to say the least. But for your sakes, we're going to react to it again, and I'm going to give my opinion on it as we watch it. And hopefully, maybe you share yours as well. So, without further ado, let's begin to watch this documentary. Ah! Among Us jump scare! But, okay, so this is how we're gonna start the video of your documentary. You're gonna really think you're 500 subscribers? Like, get on with the video. I don't care about your subscribers. Alright, we're also gonna skip most of the intro because it's just filler. Like, the whole scene is just an edited Discord and it doesn't look good.
Disclaimer. The following video contains lots of swearing and other nasty stuff not meant for a general audience. However, we still encourage kids to keep watching this video to better understand the situation.
There's just so many things wrong with what he just said. First of all, the contradiction. Why are you letting kids watch it if you know it's not meant for a general audience? Second of all, the hypocrisy. He's telling kids what not to do on the internet, but he's also the same guy who tried to bring politics into the Tom's community. And later in the video, he's done some pretty fucked up shit to like Hayden later in the video. And you'll see what I mean.
How's it going, bros? My name's PewDiePie. Today,
okay, first of all, just like the 500 sub thing he brought up at the beginning of the video, what does PewDiePie have to do with Hayden? It's so messed up that he even brought up a popular YouTuber, comparing it to like an 11-year-old at the time.
today we're gonna play Geometry Dash. I don't know why, but it's the highest rated game on the iPhone store.
This is PewDiePie.
Oh no, bro, I would have never figured it out. Like, no kidding. I know it's PewDiePie. You didn't need to tell us. Alright, we're also gonna skip to the part where he actually starts talking about Hayden, because he goes on a long rant about how the Tom's community, some people have tons of subscribers and they earned it.
Whenever there is light, there will always be a shadow. And in that shadow lies a ton of YouTube channels with a disreputable past and are infamously known to cause trouble on YouTube. This is the story of one of them.
What is with the "I'm the hero of the story" ass music? Like, why are you building up so much into this? Like, it's just an 11-year-old kid. Why are you building it up? Watch him tell the viewers, "We're gonna defeat Hayden with the power of friendship." The Blue Puffball MCU. We need to stop Hayden before he annoys people about All Legends Go and using racial slurs he didn't even know what they meant at the time. Like, goofy ass, this isn't a movie. This is a video, a YouTube video. He's not Dream. You don't need to put so much effort into this exposing video. You did not need to make 30 minutes of this. Like, you're treating this like it's a movie of some sort. Like, why? I'm already cringing at the music. Like, this is something you hear in a creepypasta, not a documentary. And second of all, why is this the choice of music you put in your documentary? Like, it's not that deep. It's not like Jack the Ripper or O.J. Simpson. It's not that deep. It's an 11-year-old kid on YouTube. Yes, I will keep bringing up that he's 11 years old, because at the time that he posted this video, he was 11 years old at the time, and the drama was already in heat. So, just bear that in mind.
Hayden the Red Engine. Where do I even begin?
Acknowledge that he's 11 years old and that he's just a kid. He can change moving on, and then just end the video there. There you go. That's how you make a proper documentary.
Well, before I talk about who this individual is, let's focus on some backstory for a bit. Now, I know a lot of people are watching this video right now wanting to see Hayden getting exposed, and probably want to cancel him too.
He's a grown adult, by the way. He's telling about, oh, we should expose this kid. He needs to be canceled. He needs to be sent to hell. Yeah, he actually told him to go to hell, but I think that's later in the video. But anyways, yeah, again, he's a grown adult. Why is he trying to convince his fans to cancel a kid? Like, come on. Like, have some common sense.
First and foremost, this video will only show real facts about Hayden and other people's perspectives towards him, and is not at all shaped on anyone's personal bias whatsoever.
There's a part in the video where this goes completely otherwise. Like, you'll see what I mean in just a sec. It'll come up once we get there.
Second, this video wasn't purely made just to get Hayden's attention. If you thought that was the main purpose of this video, then you would be dead wrong. The purpose of this video is a lot more deeper than that. I'll explain more. Finally, and most importantly, don't view this video as a simple exposing video, where I just explain about all the negatives about Hayden and be done with it. That's not how it's gonna work here.
You literally did that for the entire video. The hell do you mean?
View this video as a video that someone can go back to and watch it again and again for other generations to come.
You're lucky this video was found by someone, because I don't think no one would have ever been able to look back on it if there wasn't an archive channel to begin with.
View this video as a lesson to children starting off on YouTube on how to become a great and successful channel and not to repeat the same mistakes as Hayden did.
By making a 30-minute documentary telling why Hayden is bad, showing little to no evidence, and telling them that he's gonna go to hell. Also, why is he talking about being a good YouTuber? His channel is deleted for a reason. He caused drama and kept harassing Thomas HD classics.
Because the purpose of this video is to spread awareness to the fandom that even though the Thomas fandom is full of toxic and rude people, the best we can do is to show the good in everyone and try to fix our mistakes in their past. But what separates Hayden from all the other bad people on YouTube is that he doesn't change. Hayden will never take our advice, because Hayden will never change.
Oh dear, the horror! An 11-year-old will never change. He still needs time to learn. Oh no, but that's not possible for Hayden. No, no, no. Okay, how are you gonna say that you're gonna look on the good side of people and then say Hayden will never change? This is part of the reason why he got cancelled in the first place. There's so many people upset at him because he's trying to look on the bad side of people and trying to antagonize them just for some clicks. What else could I say about him? That's all he's just trying to do at this point.
And to show the hype behind this project, here's a list of all the people that help support this video. Now, I won't name all these people as it's a long list.
Now, some opinions about Hayden have changed from some users, but I'm still gonna crap on a few others because I can't get over how stupid it sounds. Like TTTE guy, for example, which again we'll get later into the video.
So, without further ado, let's begin with Hayden's origin stories.
If some of y'all have seen this video way before I made this, then you'll understand that I'm gonna skip this one. If you don't understand, then long story short, the blue puffball decided to leak where he lives. In my opinion, this is one of the very moments in this video where this is completely messed up of the blue puffball to do. Like, how could you even leak his address, have all the information on Wikitubia, which I don't know why there's information on there to begin with. Like, again, leave this kid alone. He's 11 years old. And of course, his excuse is gonna be, oh, he's a bad YouTuber, so therefore he deserves it.
And that makes it okay?
Alright, this is the part of the video I bet everyone has been itching and dying to see.
Yeah, because you kept dragging the video on. My god, finally. And I mean, I'm doing the same thing too by clipping the video and placing over my audio of my reaction, but the actual video drags on itself for so long. If you want to go watch the original video, that is not to look up Hayden's address, then by all means, go ahead. Come back to the video after you finish watching that video. Alright, you finished? Alright, so let's continue.
It's time to find out why Hayden was hated by almost everyone, not just in the Thomas fandom, but the YouTube community as a whole. Now there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of reasons why Hayden is viewed as a bad guy. So much so that I've compiled a list of 10 reasons why Hayden is not just a bad person, but a bad influence overall.
Bro's gonna pull a most amazing top 10 ass video. Actually, why is this became a top 10 list? Like, I thought this was a documentary. Like, not some top 10 video. Like, you're not watchmojo.com.
Let's get started.
Jesus Christ, that hurts my ears.
Number 1. Bashing opinions.
Okay, this is just basically the Moist Critical News thing, where he posts a stream or a video talking about something, and then the news article is like, oh my god, he did this and he did that, da 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 da, all that. This is what he's trying to do. This is just his best out of all of them. Like, he couldn't come up with anything better but bashing opinions. Like, that's not noteworthy. Like, I could come up with something way better than that. Like, let's say Tommy Lee, he groomed someone online.
Now let me just say this off the bat that there's nothing wrong with having an opinion. Opinions can change from time to time, and you are entitled to your own opinion. It's just how you use that opinion that matters.
There's some parts where he actually is speaking facts for one, and not just throwing in random bullcrap, trying to find reasons to hate on Hayden. Like this is just one of the many examples. So there are going to be some parts of this, but the problem I have with it is what I'm about to show right now.
If you somehow like All Engines Go, then there's no problem to that.
Wait, hold up.
If you somehow like All Engines Go, if you somehow like All Engines Go, if you somehow like All Engines Go.
I know around the time that the community hates All Engines Go and still is, but what do you mean by somehow? If you like something, then you like something. Then just leave it at that. If someone likes All Engines Go, not somehow, not some way, not some whatever majig, then he just likes it. And see, that is one of my proof that he's just running out of ideas what to hate on him and what to cancel him for, when yet he's being a hypocrite himself by saying, oh, if you somehow like All Legends Go. Like, doesn't that just sound like opinion bashing? I'm surprised this is just one of the many things that flew over people's heads.
There's nothing wrong with liking All Engines Go, but what is wrong is using your own opinion to bash someone else's opinion to make them look like a fool.
What you just indirectly did just a few minutes ago.
And the experience TTTE guy had with this kid is a prime example.
Okay, so this was the video I kept talking about since the beginning of the video. This is the part I want to talk about a lot, because this is supposed to be the prime example, but this might be the biggest bullcrap I've ever heard come out of the blue puffball's mouth, including TTTE guy, which again, his opinion on Hayden may change. I mean, I'm not sure. I probably have to ask him later. I don't know.
There was this person who I just saw it in my community post, like they had bought an All Engines Go thing, and they just said you wasted money on that, and it's going to produce a shit show. And then they keep constantly replying to me saying, "Not shit, it's good. It's you're a bitch. You're an opinion basher." They said opinion basher like every single fucking reply. Every single fucking reply, every single fucking thing. It's opinion basher, opinion basher.
If you did not catch on what TTTE guy said, let me replay the clip again.
There was this person who I just saw it in my community post, like they had bought an All Engines Go thing, and they just said you wasted money on that, and it's going to produce a shit show.
Alright, did you catch it on that time? No? Alright, fine. I will repeat it one last time, and I will put the captions on, so you can read carefully.
There was this person who I just saw it in my community post, like they had bought an All Engines Go thing, and they just said you wasted money on that, and it's going to produce a shit show.
TTTE guy claimed that Hayden was opinion bashing him, but in that clip I just showed, he was literally doing that! I'm not kidding. Watch the rest of this clip. It gets even bad from here.
Mate, you're literally bashing people's opinions who say the show is bad. When someone says the show is bad, you're like, no, you're wrong, it's good, you're an opinion basher. No, you are their opinion basher. If you cannot accept that people don't like the show. I've accepted people like the show. But what pisses me off is that when people who like the show start throwing a massive fucking tantrum. And then start telling other people, and then start spreading lies about me.
He failed to prove any of his statements, and he didn't show any evidence other than one. And it's not even real evidence either. It's just a screenshot of Hayden telling TTTE guy saying, hey, if you don't like All Agents Go, they don't opinion bash. Which I brought up earlier, that's what he was doing. There is no other way around. There is no, oh, I made a loophole. No, this was what he was doing. All he was doing was slandering Hayden. And there was no proof that he even did all of this. I mean, if there was proof, then why didn't he show it? Like, you figure with something like this, you would show it. I mean, for the Percy and the Beast drama thing, we had plenty of evidence. And we make sure to fact check it to make sure it was alright. But this documentary? Oh, no. There is none of them to be found. Like, and this just proves my point even further. They're just trying to find reasons to hate on him, even though there is no good reason to hate on him. They know for a fact that he's 11, and they didn't show any evidence is because they know they were lying. Like, they weren't even trying to hide it either. Like, I could easily figure it out.
What Hayden is essentially doing is trying to make himself more superior than he actually is by trying to make people love the show even when they don't want to.
There is no evidence to back up his claim, it's only just statements.
Like, are you serious? You can't just force someone to like something even if they don't want to. That's not how it works.
Jesus Christ, the gaslighting is outrageous. No way. First lying that he opinion bashed, just slandering what he did even though TTTE guy was doing it, and now the gaslighting. Dude, what the hell?
You need to show them that you like All Engines Go rather than just saying everyone should watch it with no reason. It's like the old saying, don't just tell them, show them. Because evidence is the key to everything.
You never showed us any evidence! And no, I'm not talking about the evidence that they posted on the video. I'm talking about real good evidence. They never showed us any good evidence that he ever did any opinion bashing. Dude, this is all clearly lying. They're just trying to find reasons. My God. And I don't understand how I'm letting this clip make me so mad. I don't know. Maybe it's because the fact that this is just doing this on purpose. Like, this is so bad. It's so easy to tell. I can see your ulterior motives.
But yet Hayden doesn't use it to his full potential, making himself even more of a fool.
Because we aren't even a bigger fool than he is.
That alone would make someone think Hayden's a bad person, and we're only scratching the surface here.
Unfortunately, yes, this is the first one they're already diving in. The rest is just gonna be really god-awful from here. Oh boy, I can't wait to rage at this.
Number 2. Racial slurs.
Okay, I'm not gonna defend Hayden for this part of the video, but again, let's keep in mind he is 11 years old, and he didn't know what the N-word meant at the time, as confirmed by Hayden. Hayden is now 13 years old, he has learned from this mistake. Alright, now that we have that mindset, let's continue the video, now with this kind of knowledge.
Now, the N-word is really controversial to many people. Some don't mind it at all, and some take it very seriously. And when you say that word in the wrong hands in an alleyway in New York City, you are guaranteed to be found dead on the side of the streets.
Okay, no particular reason, it just feels so weird that he brings up New York only, not anywhere else in the world, or just in general at all. Like, why New York out of all places? Like, I mean, how about you don't say that word anywhere, because you will, I mean, yes, you will be found dead on the sidewalk or in an alleyway, but it's not just New York, it's pretty much almost anywhere. However, that's not to say that he doesn't have a point, because that is another case where he's actually speaking facts.
So, what does Hayden do as an 11-year-old kid with a word so powerful and so hurtful to one's own race and can sometimes be detrimental to the people that they were named after for so long? What's the end result? Well, Hayden doesn't even care.
Alright, as I said earlier, Hayden has learned from his mistakes, and he told us that he didn't know what the word meant at that time. Therefore, it wasn't the fact that he didn't care, it was the fact that he had no knowledge of what the word truly meant, therefore making him sound immature. Which, again, I cannot defend him saying it, it's still a bad word to use. But all the while, at least he has learned from it. Alright, I'm also gonna skip this part because it's a slideshow of screenshots where he does say the N-word, which is the only other proof that's actually good, but I'm pretty sure half of them were also fake as well, so, but I don't know. That could be true, that could not be, but I think half of them are.
Now we have to keep in mind that Hayden is just an 11-year-old kid, and he didn't know better at the time. But even that being said, that is still no excuse to say such a powerful word for no reason at all.
In other words, even though that he didn't know what the word meant at the time, he's still bad a user for even saying it to begin with. If he didn't know what it meant at the time and he was really sorry about it, then how is it not an excuse? Or better yet, how is it unforgivable? I mean, unless if he says it again, now with this knowledge, then yeah, that's one thing.
This is the type of person we should be trying to avoid, since many young people on YouTube are acting like this nowadays and are becoming a nuisance for other users on YouTube. So if you're trying to take advice from this kid, you might want to seek for a second opinion.
Thankfully, another thing that he got right. Yes, there's a bunch of kids that act like this nowadays, and we should ignore them because they can be a nuisance to others. But the pure irony is that this is the same guy who made this 30-minute documentary, not ignoring the kid and not pressing the block button, choosing to make a full documentary about an 11-year-old. Like, no, I don't got anything else to say. All what I just said, that's good enough.
Number 3. Hayden's sexual fetish. Now what do I mean when I say that? Well, for the kids watching the video, we're basically going to be talking about the birds and the bees for a bit.
How about no, first of all? You know for a fact that this is not meant for kids to be watching, and yet you're letting them watch it anyways, so it can be constructive and you can learn from Hayden. You shouldn't be the person talking about this to kids. It should be the parents. And even then, they need to grow up first, like 13 or over, to learn this kind of stuff. Like, no, not at a very young age, no.
So be aware.
Oh dear god, not the donkey gets spooked music.
Now Hayden, being an 11-year-old kid, should know the importance of sexual reproduction.
Another thing he got right, but again, not at his age.
And the fact you should only say this when necessary. While not as bad as the N-word, these words will practically create yourself a bad image on social media. But despite that, Hayden decided to ignore this advice and use this opportunity to say this weird stuff on social media.
I highly doubt you guys ever gave him that advice, because if that was the case, then I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have done it to begin with. And again, since now he knows this at this age, which he shouldn't have to begin with, then this is the end result of it. Like, what did you expect he was gonna do? If he had no knowledge of what the N-word meant, what makes you think he's old enough to know what the birds and the bees is? Did I just say beads?
And it's not so much the questioning on what Hayden is doing on his behalf, I'm more so questioning about the parents behind Hayden. When Hayden does stuff like bash other people's opinions, use racial slurs, and now using sexual profanity against people, it's baffling to see why the parents are not doing anything to discipline this kid, because Hayden needs as much discipline as he can to learn from his past actions. But if this keeps going on, then I highly doubt that Hayden will ever learn from his past mistakes.
Which he has learned from his mistakes nowadays. And you know what, that is a good thing that he brought up, actually. Where were the parents behind this? As I said, he is 11 years old. But with that in mind, if he's 11, then the parents should have to supervise what he's watching and what he's doing. Say that the parents did do this early on, maybe he could have been a lot better person like he is now. I'm just saying, that could be the case, but I'm not sure. I'm not some time traveler, I couldn't figure that out.
Number 4. Hayden's actions with a certain girl.
This is another part of the list, or video, whatever you want to say, that I find completely bullshit. Just watch the video.
Now, it's not uncommon to see a boy fall in love with a girl at a young age. We see it all the time in a classroom where a young boy asks a girl if they want to go out someday. And even online relationships are a pretty common sight to see nowadays. And Hayden is no exception to this. Now, according to his Wikitubia page, he is currently dating a young girl named Tangela Douglas, who is around the same age as Hayden and have known each other for a long time.
First and foremost, why is there information about two 11-year-olds dating? No. I genuinely want to know. Why is there information about two 11-year-olds dating? And then you decide to post all the information on Wikitubia. That's so creepy. It's like leaking the home place, his home state, his hometown. Like, are you kidding me? Stop stalking this kid. My goodness. Y'all are creepy. Oh my, dude, I'm running out of words to say. This is just messed up.
Now what Hayden did to Tangala that particular night, I can't even describe, because what he did was so vile and so extreme that I don't think it's up to YouTube standards.
This is just a lousy excuse to not show any evidence. Like, I've shown plenty of evidence that some people said the N-word or done some horrendous crap. Like, what do you mean it's not up to YouTube standards? Just show the evidence. We want to see it. Stop trying to hide it. Like, I want to know what he did. I want to see the proof right in front of my eyes. I want to see the proof from my very eyes locked onto the screen. I want to see the proof, alright? But you're not going to show me any proof because I know you're lying. And I know you're lying is because you have shown little to no proof of Hayden doing any actual bad things, and the only evidence you do show doesn't even hold up your claim. All of this is just stupid. All of it is bad. You have not shown me any real evidence.
But what I can say was that one of my friends, Judy Hughes, was the first one to report on this disgusting incident. And to think that no one else believed him at the time, what he witnessed that night will leave you speechless.
They never explained why Judah was even in that situation where Hayden was supposedly doing the inappropriate to a girl. Like, why didn't you act when this happened? If you were truly there, why did you act? And first of all, why were you even there to begin with? Why were you just letting it all happen? Why were you just watching? Like, do something about it. Don't just stare at it. Which I don't believe he was there, because if he truly was there, then it's creepy.
The most damning thing of all, during the time when we heard that he had done some inappropriate stuff with the girl, and then he started crying about it, and then everyone forgave him or acted like it didn't happen after some horrible evidence. I still believed it, but everyone didn't believe me and made me look bad.
Oh my god, they didn't believe me. They made me look bad. Yeah, I wonder why. Did you show any evidence to them? As I said, that you have not shown any evidence, and you guys said, evidence is the key, and don't just tell them, show them. You have done none of that. Like, why do you think no one believes you? And if this supposedly happened, why didn't you do anything to stop it? Did you just sit it there and watch with a notebook in hand and said, oh yeah, this would be great evidence. Oh, I just love watching these two 11-year-olds doing inappropriate things. Like, it's all creepy and you've never explained why you were even there to begin with.
Including Hayden himself, did this, and that impacted me. I would eventually try to make peace just to get people to stop being mad about me, but I still didn't believe Hayden was telling the truth.
Repeating myself for the millionth time, no evidence that you have shown. There is no proof that you hand out to the people that you were talking to. So, you know what? Let's skip to the part where they said that he admitted it by an apology or whatever.
And what makes this story so much interesting is what we found during the making of this documentary. Because of all the controversy surrounding against Hayden, he naturally made an apology video in coordination of that. But from the looks of it, it doesn't really feel like there was a lot of effort put into that video, but that's not what we're here for.
Okay, two things I see. One, the evidence that you're showing right here is his apology, and you're saying that he didn't put enough effort into it. Like, it's not Dream's apology. He doesn't need to put all that effort into an apology video. He doesn't need to put the same amount of effort into this apology video like this supposed documentary. Like, he's 11 years old, again, and I don't even know why I had to keep saying it. Like, you know that he's 11 years old, and you're like, oh no, he needs to make the best apology in the whole wide world so I can believe that he's telling the truth. But no, I'm gonna find random evidence that I don't think that are actually true, but I'm gonna make him look bad to begin with, and I'm gonna misinterpret one of the texts inside one of the apology videos. Speaking of which, that's number 2 I see. He misinterpreted a text that he said that about I did an appropriate thing about a lady. I can't remember. I read the post and I read it carefully. It was in a question context. But what he did is absolutely mind-fearingly... Ah, God, I can't speak. Just watch the video.
What we are here for is one particular thing in the video that was overlooked by Hayden, and it ended up being a big mistake on his end. In that video, it says, and I quote, I did an inappropriate thing about a lady.
And you left out the question mark, which is in the question context. I did an inappropriate thing about a lady? I can't remember. Like, did you even read the whole post, or did you just see that one quote and said, aha, that is the best evidence against Hayden. He is so guilty. He lied to everyone. He showed no remorse. Like, no, this isn't good evidence. You just misinterpreted a text and you manipulated your audience to believe, oh my god, that's what he did. No, you didn't even read the text. I'm pretty sure none of the audience did at the time, which I'm surprised they didn't. Like, it's in a question context, as I said. He says he didn't recall about it ever happening, and you took that one piece of text and said, oh, that's my best evidence. That's my best evidence that he did an appropriate thing about a lady. Which, again, that's not the case. Legit, there was no need for that.
Okay, let me get this straight. You knew all along what you did about that girl, but instead of admitting it on the spot, you instead start crying about it, not only lying to everyone that you didn't do anything to that girl, but you also made Judah look like a fool for exposing the truth.
You're making him look like the bad guy by taking a piece of quotes in a whole different context and then showing it to your audience saying, oh yeah, that's the proof that, oh my god, Hayden did this inappropriate thing to a woman. Oh, and again, the gaslighting he's doing to Hayden right now. I'm also seeing a pattern. Whenever he's showing little to no evidence and saying that that's his best evidence, he then goes on to gaslight Hayden about it because he refused to show any other evidence about it. Like, that's his only good claim that he made, but then the evidence he shows, it's just the apology, and he took it in a whole different context and used it as evidence.
Only to later reveal that in an apology video that you took little to no effort to make. Like, dude, are you actually being serious? You have no respect and no remorse towards your actions because the only purpose that you serve on YouTube is to troll people. That's it. That's all you'd ever do.
Why did you make a 30-minute documentary about it then? No. Here, I need to say this right now. If you knew he was a troll, he's an 11-year-old, then you should know by now that you can press the block button and never talk to him again. Stop interacting with this kid. Stop trying to stalk this kid just for evidence in the stupid 30-minute documentary that you yourself didn't put any effort in. You knew he was 11 years old, but you chose to stalk and creep on this kid to find evidence which is not even close to holding up your claim, and then you show it to the whole fan base about this 11-year-old kid doing bad things, had almost everyone hating on him at that point, which no one even realized the bullcrap that you're sending to these people, all the lies you're even spreading about Hayden, all these bullshit evidence that you keep handing out to your audience, and you got away with it even after your channel got deleted. I want to know, are you seriously proud for making a documentary about an 11-year-old kid who is just being an immature brat? Like, are you proud that you decided to try to be the hero to hide your true intentions, that you're even worse than him? Are you proud of it? God, I'm gonna skip most of this video because it's also either just bullshit evidence or it's just him spewing about random things about him. Actually, hold up, there's a part of the video where he starts to make claims that he's using YouTube bots. I need to talk about that real quick before I do that.
Number 5. Hayden cheats the system. With all the negativity surrounding Hayden, there's just one thing that begs the question. How the hell does he have 3,000 subscribers?
Okay, that's a question I can easily answer, and this was confirmed by Hayden as well. I was in a Discord call, for context. I asked him, hey, how did you actually get those subscribers? Because he made these claims that you were using YouTube bots. I didn't believe it. He said that there was just a bunch of little kids that liked All Legends Go, so he ended up getting more subscribers. Which, see, that's more reasonable. It's not the fact that he used bots. That seems completely ludicrous. Him at 11 years old knows how to monetize his own channel, which I found out he wasn't. Apparently knows how to monetize his own channel despite not knowing what the N-word is, or pretty much not knowing what the birds and the bee is at such a young age. He knows how to monetize his own channel, make money, buy YouTube bots to get more subscribers, because that just makes a whole bunch of sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, that makes a bunch of sense. And there's no clear evidence All he said, it was just speculation, which by the way, it's horrible and not well thought out.
There is one statistic in Hayden's Social Blade page that's of interest, and that's the estimated monthly and yearly earnings on his channel. When your channel is monetized, you get this amount of money shown in your Social Blade page.
That is false information. I've actually done this myself. Like, I'm at 3K subs right now, as y'all know. I've checked my Social Blade account, my earnings are shown there, and I'm not even monetized. So no, that isn't true. Just because that you have your YouTube earnings on there doesn't mean that you're monetized. So again, that's false claims. Now, I don't have any evidence on this part, but my theory is that the blue puffball is jealous that Hayden got more subscribers than he is, so he's using it as evidence and saying that he's using bots, which again, as I said, it's false claim. There's no evidence, and the claim that he made was absolutely just a big old false lie, just misinformation.
Number 6. Hayden forgets to say thank you.
I'm still gonna show the rest of the video, but that's just pretty much a summary of what he does in the rest of the video. I'm tired of repeating myself. He got me becoming a broken record player.
Number 8. Hayden's need for attention.
He finally caught on, folks. Give him the good noodle star. This is now the best documentary in the whole world. Yep, the best documentary. He finally acknowledged that he's just an immature kid, that he's just doing this all for attention. Yeah, good job on canceling, exposing him, giving all the attention he wants, and creating a bunch of hate with your lies and your manipulation. Congratulations. You earned a good noodle star. I hope you're proud. Keep up the good work. Yippee!
And even the legend comedian George Carlin.
That is so disrespectful to George Carlin. You used him in this video so that way the Thomas fans can know who he is, and you're adding him in the video with a whole different context to what he truly meant in that comedian act. Just for a 30-minute documentary and about an 11-year-old that he even didn't need to be there in the first place? That's just absolutely disrespectful. I'm sorry, no.
Number 9. Hayden hiding his identity. Number 10. Hayden pretends to be friends.
Okay, at this point, it's not him giving evidence about him being a bad person. It's just him complaining about Hayden. Like, we can skip these parts, but I'll summarize them real quick. For number 9, the hiding identity, it's just him switching his name and profile, which some users still do that. And I guess I kinda see where you're going, but that isn't always the case. As for number 10, Hayden pretending to be friends, he's an 11-year-old kid. He doesn't have a lot of effort put into his apology video. He's not that skillful when it comes to making videos, alright? So what if he doesn't make a good intro? How is that not being a good friend? Or actually, better yet, how is this him being a fake friend? So just because it's not as good as your own intro, that means he's being a fake friend? Oh my god, bro. You're so absolutely narcissistic. It's not even funny.
Of course, we don't know exactly about the future of Hayden's channel, but if we look back at his YouTube channel, we can see that he hasn't posted in a month and has remained suspiciously quiet over the past few days. Maybe this means Hayden left or something, I don't know, but honestly, I hope it stays that way. Because we all had enough of Hayden's BS, and the people you see behind me can all agree that Hayden should be wiped out for good.
Hold on, why is Mr. Cool Blue behind there? I'm pretty sure he's not any better than Hayden or the blue puffball. Plus, I don't think he was even mentioned in this video, so why is he even thrown in? Like, you never even brought him up once.
Even Bosher Studios, thought to be one of the worst people in the fandom before Hayden arrived, has also changed on good terms.
He then says that Hayden will never change. He says it like twice in that part of the video. I just cut him out. But, so he can never change, but Bosher Studios can? Like, how does that logic work?
So, without further ado, I hereby entitle Hayden the Red Engine as 100%, without a doubt, truly, a bastard.
Finally, it's over! I'm going to intentionally skip this part because it's just the musical of "Together We'll Make It Happen" from Colonel Engines. It's really cheesy. It's just the subscriber count going down and the credits, all that. Alright, but we're just gonna skip that part. So the video has come to an end. Finally, I could not bear the rest of this video. Jesus Christ. And I thought most amazing top 10 videos were bad. Alright, we have reached the end of this godforsaken documentary, plus all of my reactions and comments. So, what else is there for me to say about the whole thing overall? Well, maybe I'll start off by recapping mostly what I've seen in this documentary that I brought up, and some extra notes from Hayden himself, who is now active online again. I won't post his Discord tag or his channel, because I know some will still hate him and try to find a way to contact him and harass him. That won't be happening. To prove these extra notes I got from Hayden himself, I asked permission to record parts of our reactions to my video, and he gave me the green light to do it. Mostly as I wanted to get extra details right and not make any mistakes on it, unlike the blue puffball. Here's several parts of the clip I'll be showing. The full video will be linked in the description. So apparently the blue puffball thing, the whole opinion bashing thing, when I said that he was lying, it turns out I was right. And don't worry about it. It turns out I was right on this one. So I feel like they just completely made it up so they had a reason to do it. So, and again, yeah, I found out, yeah, that was the case. I'm honestly shocked that they even did it to begin with. Like, wow. So the whole address thing, it wasn't technically leaked, but it's still not okay for him to spread all over the internet.
Yeah.
I guess that's the best. I guess that's the best kind of evidence I get for you. So again, thank you very much. This will really be helpful.
No problem.
Alright, like, again, if there's some things I do need to clarify with you, do you mind if I call you again? So...
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Alright, so, yep, that's all I needed. Thank you very much. Now, there can be new information that may spark my interest, which I will make an update video for when that happens. But for now, let's get down to my recap of the whole event. Number 1. The blue puffball purposefully lied about Hayden ever opinion bashing on people, and lots of other BS like the inappropriate thing to a girl. And most noteworthy, TTTE guy, who I believe was a part of this as a way to better up himself to Hayden. Or to hide something cruel, I don't know. But that could not be true. It's a theory I have after all. So take it with a grain of salt. It could definitely be possible to me, as this huge piece of evidence really shows all I need to know. But that's only one piece of evidence, and not much else to go off of. All I do know is that they're mostly hypocrites, and or portray ironic and contradictional behavior. Number 2. This whole documentary is both just a way to start drama and hate to be higher up than an 11-year-old, and it's a cruel way to look like the good guys to hide their true intentions. I cannot confirm about Thomas the Tank Engine guy, but I have every right to be suspicious. To summarize them all in one word, I call them selfishness. It sums up both the blue puffball, Judah, and maybe including TTTE guy, again I can't prove for sure. While there have been a few people like Aiden the Wolf or JJ that has rewatched it and has different opinions on it as well, these three are definitely the ones that stood out in the crowd. 1. Judah and the blue puffball making up some bullcrap accusations that he was doing something inappropriate, and even saying that he, quote, admitted it, even though it was in a question context. I guarantee they didn't even read the whole thing. Number 3. They left out tons of important evidence, or didn't have any, is because they knew they were lying. Even tons of people had right to not believe Judah and the whole girlfriend scandal thing, as I call it. And I really think that's the case, given how I and plenty others have pointed out, no real evidence, the creepy nature of Judah being around in the call when this supposedly happened. and their only evidence is a piece of quote they twisted to make him look bad, even though it was in a question context. He didn't recall it ever happening. All of which are my concrete evidence that they did this to hide their tracks or to just be extremely selfish. Number 4. The evidence I have against these three, I point out, all ties in perfectly to my huge theory, like a little Christmas bow. It all makes sense as to why they made this video, and it's safe to say that hopefully they'll get what they truly deserved. I can't necessarily say they'll go to hell unlike the blue puffball, but I just hope that justice would be served to not just him, but Judah and maybe even TTTE guy. This is all very despicable behavior that I saw with my own bleeding eyes, and you guys saw it as well, so therefore we cannot try to protect them. The best way to summarize Hayden out of this entire video is a word that we can both view as negative and positive. It's even something that we all go through as time goes by. That word being premature. That's right. If the ranting and the evidence I point out wasn't obvious, then the whole point I was getting at while defending Hayden was that it was just a premature 11-year-old kid that did some idiotic stuff. And of course, this can be very redeemable in most cases. Hayden is someone that you can still distrust him for his actions, but you can also give him some time to think that he wasn't the real bad guy all along. This whole video was a roller coaster, and it took so long to get to the point. But in the end, the true villain is the blue puffball for even trying to pull this despicable act against an 11-year-old. And I'm glad this channel was deleted. I and a few others, including Hayden for confirming some large details, helped me out to prove this huge case, and I also like to thank the Deadwing Dark for inspiring me to make this very video. Tell me, if there are some parts I missed, please let me know in the comments and I'll make an update video on the same topic as soon as I can. Remember, if there's always seems to be someone who is such a bad influence, a bad person, just know that they are fighting their own battle and we have no idea about the real story. Another lesson to learn from this is that people like Hayden can change for the better, and so can people in your lives. We could just learn to just help and realize more of it and be aware of the true story they gave us. Not everyone you hate is evil, and you shouldn't view them as unchangeable because of it. Except for if you're a convicted murderer, pedophile, or just downright pure evil, then I hope you burn forever. And a friendly reminder, do not attack anyone in this video, as I don't condone harassment, nor do I want this situation to escalate than it ever before. Okay, bye! Hey, wait, what's this that JJ sent me? Done doing something? Oh dear. Oh no. What is... Oh dear God, what is this? Let me see.
Oh God.
Happy New Year, everyone. I know that this video may be a few days.
Wait, what? He has another channel? The Blue Puffball? Oh dear God.